northern Indiana. And I am coming to you from the South Whitley Community Public Library. Please like and subscribe to our channel to see other cooking videos that we have and children's videos and all kinds of things that we have there for you. So I'm going to start with the twice baked potatoes. I baked 4 baking size potatoes, and then they were in there for about an hour, and then I cut them, I took them out and I let them cool a little bit so I could handle them, and I cut them in half, and then I scooped out the inside. I'll show you how on this last one here. You want to leave some of the potato in there and don't go down too far in the potato. Try not to get down to the skin. I got a little bit close there. It'll be okay because it's going to be going back into the oven and be filled with the mashed potatoes. Might need a bigger pan. And if you don't have a cookie scoop, you can use a spoon too. So after you have those scooped out, then you're going to add about a stick of butter. And I'm using half and half. You could use milk or sour cream, but we're going to garnish them with sour cream when they come out of the oven. So you'll just mix this up just like you do mashed potatoes. Half and half. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And then these are going to get scooped back into the potato skins and back into the oven for about 30 to 45 minutes. So I'll get all these put together and in the oven, and when we come back, we'll make the meatloaf. Okay, now we're going to make the meatloaf, and my husband Mark is going to do that. He usually puts it outside on the grill, but today there's snow out there and it's really cold, so we're going to do it in the oven. So I'll turn it over to him.
Hey y'all, how are you doing? Me and the dog Buster here to make you a meatloaf. We have a pound of hamburger, a pound of ground pork. We have some onions, some red, yellow, orange peppers, some fresh garlic we minced up, a couple eggs, the W sauce, and some breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, any kind of like seasoning you would want to put on it or in it, depending how you're going to cook it, and some barbecue sauce. First, we're going to take our onions and peppers, we're going to kind of saute them up over here, along with the garlic, just to kind of soften them up a little bit, and then we'll get our other stuff. We're using a little bacon grease. You can use olive oil or whatever. We're just kind of softening these up to so when it cooks. So we have all these sauteed. Don't know if we'll use them all or not, but about five or 6 minutes. Now we're gonna put our 80-20 hamburger, and then our sausage. You can use any kind of just breakfast sausage type stuff. Then we're gonna add some salt, pepper. I got these fancy little gloves here so you don't get dirty. I just go by whatever I feel like it. I have no measurement. So we'll probably put, probably 2 teaspoons in just to be safe for now. Then my fancy new electric pepper grinder. I like pepper. We done have the garlic and pepper, so we're going to add some of that in there now with these onions and peppers and kind of just throw it in there, see what we got. We'll mix it up a little bit. We're going to add a little W sauce to that, just because I like it. Maybe about a cup. I should get a cup out. We don't add it all at once, we'll just kind of see how we go there with it. So I'm going to add about half. And we'll do 1 egg for now. And try not to get a shell in there. That'd be an awesome thing. We'll get a new pair of gloves. You can get these at Sam's or anywhere. They're pretty cool to have. You want to kind of make sure it all gets mixed in pretty well. Still a little bit too wet for me, so we'll add a few more. I think that looks pretty good for my liking. Now we have a loaf pan here. Now this is going to be optional. This is how we kind of do it at our house, especially when I put on the grill. We don't want the pan. But this is good for people that don't want all the grease. I'll show you that in a little bit. We take some saran wrap. put it in the pan like this. You just take a little bit of cooking spray. Now this is another option you can do. We sometimes do cream cheese, sometimes we do shredded cheese, sometimes we don't do any cheese. Just take part of your meat and kind of get in there. Try not to let it go off the sides. Whoop. Kind of put it in your I'm going to take some of this cream cheese and we'll put it right here. Maybe a little more. Get off my glove. Then we're going to take the rest of this and just cover over the top of it. Hopefully, without any showing. And that's what it kind of looks like right there. We're going to put this in the freezer for about 20-30 minutes. I'll get the rest of it set up so I can show you what I meant the way we do it at this house. We have some of the different stuff we could use on this meatloaf you could put in it. Like I got some like burger seasoning here that you can make your own. It's pretty much salt, pepper, and garlic. We have some prime rib seasoning, which is some basic salt, pepper, garlic, a few other spices in there. Steak mix. Some barnyard dust I got in the old Shipshewana Amish land up there. It's pretty good stuff. We're going to be using the meat church stuff today. Let me get that out of the freezer. Now we have a cookie sheet with a tray in it. Kind of keep the grease going to run down there. Hopefully this will be deep enough today. Then we just kind of take it, flip it over, bring it out. They want to flip this a little bit, but I don't think that's going to work. Not quite centered like I'd like it, but that's okay. Now we're just going to take some of this seasoning, which you can actually add into your meatloaf if you wanted to, and you wanted to keep it in that pan and cook it. All this is going to do is put all that grease down at the bottom there. Then we're just going to take some of this and just sprinkle a little bit on top. You can do sides. Just kind of pat it. And that's about how we're going to do that right now. That's pretty good. We're going to put this in an oven for about hour, hour and a half. I'll check temp at an hour, see if we're ready for our barbecue sauce on that. And we'll see what happens from there. We temped it. We're getting ready to put some barbecue sauce on this bad boy. We're going to brush it on. Kind of let it run over. You can use ketchup if you want. I like barbecue sauce. You can see that where the grease is, there's not much grease on this, which is even better. It's all in that pan. And we're going to let this sit in there for about 5 minutes. And then we'll pull it out and we'll let it rest. Cover it with foil and let it rest. And see where we're at. There's our meatloaf. Hot out of the oven. We're going to tent this with a little foil and let it rest for about 15-20 minutes, and we should have a pretty juicy meatloaf, and we will cut it and show you what it looks like here in a little bit.
The potatoes have come out of the oven. They were in there for 25 minutes at 350 degrees, and the cheese is nicely melted and the bacon is crispy. So we're waiting on the meatloaf to rest for a little bit, and then we'll plate it all up. We've plated our food. We have the meatloaf and the twice baked potatoes, and we added green beans. And then I also made some cherry hand pies, just using pre-made pie crust and putting a little bit of filling in between each one and sealing it up, and then they baked for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. That's really simple to do and a quick dessert. So we hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and share our video from the South Whitley Community Public Library. I'm Vicki Fleschauer. Thank you.